Hello everyone and welcome to another video review here from the Czech Republic. Thank you very much for joining. Today is a bit of a strange day. Well, already yesterday it started to be a little bit strange, but today is in fact a bit of a strange day because unfortunately we got the news this morning that my stepdaughter has been infected with COVID. She caught COVID over probably at the end of last week, and it looks like she caught it in school. So my partner wasn't feeling great yesterday evening already. She went to bed relatively early, and then during the night she kind of developed temperatures, high temperature and a bit of a cough as well and things like that. Whereas my stepdaughter, she developed some symptoms already over the weekend, particularly on Sunday. But she went to school anyway because we weren't even thinking about COVID, and on Monday morning she actually felt quite okay. So I dropped her off in school, and the way it works, she is my stepdaughter, so this week she is with her father. I drop her in school on Mondays, and then he goes to pick her up in the evening. She stays with him for a week, and then we do the same in return the next week. So yesterday the school called and they said, well, she needs to come home because we just measured her temperature with 39 degrees. So he picked her up and she got tested, and apparently she got COVID. And now my partner isn't feeling too great either. So we decided, and she's got high temperature, so she's got the same symptoms. So we decided to self-isolate for the next couple of days, simply because it's probably the right thing to do. In the Czech Republic, we don't have to self-isolate anymore, unless you work with the kind of care for elderly people particularly, or for chronically ill patients. But you don't have to otherwise, if you're not in one of these caregiving jobs. But we decided to do it anyway for the next couple of days at least, just to make sure we, first of all, that we are okay, we're not getting anything else into our house, but also to not to put other people at risk by potentially spreading it to somebody. So we just got the courier driver come today to bring us some food for the next couple of days. So we will just keep the door locked and sit it out. We don't expect anything to be too bad, because we are both vaccinated. But again, it's probably best to just kind of take it easy and not put anybody else at risk as well. So let's see how it goes. I don't have any symptoms yet, which is great, but I do want to make sure that I'm not going to get any symptoms. Although I can't stop it, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If I did contract it, I did. So, but in the Czech Republic, and this is why I decided to make this video today. In the Czech Republic, when you are sick, when you have a flu or a cough or running nose or whatever the case may be, you tend to get Sliwowitz. Sliwowitz is a very high percentage Plum brandy that is very typical for the Czech Republic, but also for other countries. Some Balkan countries have it. Some, like Croatia has one, I think, and some other countries, they have their kind of own versions. They're all called very similarly, but here in the Czech Republic it's called Sliwowitz. And apparently Sliwowitz is the medicine for everything, according to my partner. So when I'm under the weather, when I'm not feeling great because, I'm kind of developing a cold, she tends to give me Sliwowitz or a tea with Sliwowitz. And I have been given Sliwowitz for a number of different things in the past by her. I've never broken anything, I've never broken any bones in my life, touch wood. But I'm sure that if I ever do, she would probably just tell me to rub some Sliwowitz on it and it will be fine. Because apparently, Sliwowitz is the magical cure for everything. But it does help. And I think this is quite amazing. So when I have Sliwowitz just a little bit, or I'm having a tea with some honey in it and a little bit of Sliwowitz, it does help. And then you go to bed and you just wrap in, to your bed and you sweat it out. It really helps. At least that's what I think. Overall, it has helped curing stuff in the past, because it is quite a high percentage alcohol. So distillate or spirit or whatever you want to call it. So obviously it does have some kind of cleansing function as well. Now the Sliwowitz that we normally use at home is a homemade Sliwowitz, which comes from Moravia, from the city of Luhačovice, where my partner's family is originally from. And her granddad, all his life, he has been producing Sliwowitz. But I can't review this in a video. Well, I can, but it doesn't make much sense to review it because you won't be able to buy it. But usually we have around 15, 20, 25 liters of it at home, and it keeps giving us more every time we go there, or every time somebody from her family goes to Luhačovice, and then they bring us back more Sliwowitz. But again, you can't buy it, so there's no point really making a review video if you're not able to actually to get it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to review the Jelinek, Rudolf Jelinek Sliwowitz. And I'm going to review the miniature bottle of it, because I felt, I have a big bottle here as well, but I just didn't want to open it, because, it's not going to go bad, but at the same time I felt, well, I have the miniature one, which I can use, so I'm going to use this today. But, it's a very nice bottle, if you take a look. It's, what is it, 50 milliliters, very nice, stylish bottle. They have the same as 500 milliliters, 700 milliliter bottles, and there is one 3-liter bottle, which is huge, but it's got the same shape as well. So very nice, as a gift, or even if you have a home bar to put into your home bar on display. I really like the design. It's very nice. But Jelinek is a industrial producer. So they are the kind of biggest producer in the Czech Republic of distillates and spirits. They have a big range of it. They have the Sliwowitz. This is the white one, which is the original one. They also have a golden one. They have a kosher Sliwowitz. Then they have and Sliwowitz, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this, is made from plums. But then they also have different, spirits from different fruits, or using different fruits. So they have a Ruszkowitz, which is from pears. Then they have a Mrkowitz, I hope I said it correctly, which is from carrots, for example. And so they have a big variety of different spirits using different fruits and vegetables, which is very, very interesting. So, if you ever come to the Czech Republic, maybe take a look, or look out for these guys, for our Jelinek, and give them a go, and maybe try different types of them, and see for yourself what you think. But be aware, they are high percentage spirits. This one comes with 45% alcohol content, so be careful when you drink them as well. Now Jelinek, they also have a kind of Jelinek experience, or Sliwowitz experience center in Prague, which you can visit. It's like a museum, where they talk about the history, but then also the kind of how to produce a Sliwowitz, where does it come from. So you get a bit of an interactive experience and a bit of an insight into the processing of Sliwowitz, which can be quite interesting if you're really into it. And if you ever have a bit of time while in Prague, maybe visit the Sliwowitz museum, because it's quite interesting. It's similarly a bit similar to what Pilsner Urquell are doing with their Urquell experience. They have something similar, or the Becherovka experience in Karlovy Vary as well. So very interesting. But let's not talk too much. I would really like to give this a go and share my opinion with you, because I actually didn't have this one yet. I've had different Slivovices, different fruit spirits from a number of different manufacturers. In fact, and from my partner's grandfather as well. In fact, my partner also has her own range of Slivovice. It's her own label that she created together with the Lihovar Ponicice, which is in the South Bohemian part of the Czech Republic. So she teamed up with them and created her own Slivovice label, but unfortunately we ran out and we have to get new ones from the Lihovar. We have to get in contact with them again and order more bottles because she sold them, and but that was quite good. So Lihovar Ponicice, I will make a video about them at some point as well and talk about them a little bit more. But for now, let's focus on Rudolf Jelinek Slivovice. I've never had this particular one before. I've had the golden one, and I'm really curious how this one will turn out. Because with Sliwowitz, if it's done really nicely, you should get a very smooth experience. Sliwowitz, it shouldn't scratch your throat, which some of the higher spirits do. It should be relatively smooth. And the one thing that you really need to look out for if you want to get a real and true Sliwowitz or any other Czech fruit spirit experience is to have this at room temperature. That's very important. Because if I've seen some posts on social media where people had like different fruit spirits from the Czech Republic. They put them into an ice cold fridge or even a freezer, and they said, well, it's really nice, from the freezer or from the fridge, nice and cold. Yes, it is, but unfortunately, the cold also kills some of the aromas that you should be getting from this. So at room temperature, you should be getting the really full Sliwowitz experience the way it should be, and you should be able to really get all of the aromas that you're looking for in a Sliwowitz. So remember, when you have Sliwowitz or any other fruit spirits from the Czech Republic, any other witzes, whether it's Ruszkowitz or whatever kind of witze, have them at room temperature to really get the full experience that you want to get from these fruit spirits. Now let's see, let's give that a go. Oy, oy, oy. Difficult to open. Yeah, so the first thing that really stands out for me is it's really the plum kind of brandy smell. And sometimes, there are some, particularly in Germany, sometimes when I go over the border, particularly before Christmas and I do the Christmas shopping, I bring some of these chocolates with, fruit spirits inside them over. And this is the kind of smell that I'm getting here. A very nice plum brandy aroma, plum spirit aroma. Very, very nice. Very strong aroma as well. Which I believe, if it's too cold, I think some of that aroma won't be as strong anymore because it kind of kills these aromas. Again, make sure you have them at room temperature. I'm using my R. Jelinek glass. I really like the shape of it, because it's got an oval shape, which makes it easier to drink if you drink from this side. And it's got R. Jelinek, I'm not sure in which direction, R. Jelinek written there as well on both sides. So a very nice glass. I like it. But I'm not going to have too much of it because, I don't want to get drunk. I really want to do just the review and obviously see if it helps a little bit with keeping the symptoms of the COVID away, any of the symptoms that my partner is currently experiencing. So, na zdraví. This is very nice. I really like this. This is very, very good. And one of the things that is, again, that really stands out for me here is the strong aroma. You know, you get that strong plum brandy aroma as you are drinking it. But the one thing that I really like about this one is that it's smooth and soft. It doesn't scratch your throat as you are drinking it. It's not aggressive, you know, with its alcohol content. It's a very smooth fruit spirit, although it has 45% alcohol content. And that's something, I think this is an art. Because, you know, as I mentioned, some of the fruit spirits you get, they're great in taste, and, you know, they're great with the aromas as well, but they're very scratchy. And here I don't get this. So I think this is really, really well done. And it's my experience that I've had with the golden Sliwowitz that I also have. Was quite similar. You know, I didn't get a scratching in the throat. I didn't get an overwhelming, you know, feeling of any elements. This is very well balanced. You know, I mean, as much as a 45% fruit spirits can be, but it doesn't attack you in you know, in that way that, you know, you get a scratching throat, and, you know, or it scratches your throat as you swallow it, or whatever the case may be. This is very, very well done. I really like it, and I will take another small sip, but then I probably will stop. Very, very nice. Now, what you may hear in the background is because I'm sitting outside. Although I have a roof on my head, over my head, I am sitting outside, and my neighbor just actually came home, so his chickens are very happy because they probably know they're gonna get fed now. So if you heard a chicken in the background, I'm sorry, they're just quite excited every time he comes home, because they know it's feeding time. So, but overall, if you ever visit the Czech Republic, or if you have a chance to buy this in your country, I think some of these are exported, particularly this one, you know, the original kind of white Sliwowitz. They do export them, I believe, and you probably will find them in some countries. But if you come to the Czech Republic, you know, try it, give it a go, see what you think, and if you do, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. You know, I would be really interested to read. You know, if you had maybe different types of fruit spirits, maybe the Sliwowitz, the Ruszkowitz, and so on, what your thoughts were and which one you prefer, and also about your experience, if you maybe not have had this one, but maybe a different one, what you thought about its, you know, smoothness, and, you know, particularly about the scratching of the throat while you were drinking it. And do remember, and I think this is quite important, drink these responsibly. It's got 45% alcohol content. They are very tasty, you know, so they can be quite dangerous, you know, at some point if you drink too much. So do drink them responsibly, and let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. Subscribe to my channel for more beer reviews particularly, but also for some of the Czech spirit reviews. And I really hope I will see you again in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Bye bye.